The FDIC just issued a startling statement that could radically change the regulatory scene for Ripple and XRP. Clarity is always a major challenge for cryptocurrencies, especially XRP. Many have been waiting for years for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation's validation to be the turning point. XRP holders and possible investors might be on the edge of witnessing changes in their favor given FDIC intervention and verification of significant news. Caught in the whirlwind of doubt, Ripple battles the SEC and negotiates a regulatory environment that has often appeared unfriendly to digital currencies. This is not only another "Please subscribe XRP Revolution" channel announcement. Should the FDIC comment on Ripple or XRP, it suggests that significant players in the conventional financial system are starting to see the possibility of cryptocurrencies or at least accept them as valid for XRP. XRP might get the clarity it needs to succeed in the mainstream financial sector at this time. Why is this so crucial? The U.S. financial system depends on the FDIC since it guarantees banks are operating safely and safeguarding depositor assets. This certification could suggest that authorities are allowing Ripple to expand even more and reach new heights in its attempts to improve. With regulatory clarity, cross-border payments could one day attract more institutional investors, broaden its use cases, and become a cornerstone of international financial transactions, something it has always wanted but found challenging to achieve due to the unclear legal situation. Beyond the technicalities, this announcement is important since it reflects a larger trend of cryptocurrency integration and acceptance within the conventional banking system. XRP is in a good position to gain from this shift. Should the FDIC's verification let Ripple work more openly with banks and financial organizations, it may lead to a significant rise in XRP value. We have to pause and think about the function the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, plays in the U.S. financial system since it helps to explain why the FDIC's confirmation is so important. The next few months could be a turning point for the cryptocurrency with this kind of momentum, possibly making XRP one of the most often used digital currencies all over. The future of XRP could be about to change, thus investors should be paying attention. And if you own XRP, now is the moment to prepare for what lies ahead. U.S. Deposit Insurance. It's not only another regulatory action when the FDIC says something major is occurring in the financial sector. It's a huge endorsement from one of the most powerful organizations in the financial world for Ripple, a company whose technology is focused on creating faster, cheaper, and more efficient financial systems. Even if a bank fails, banks also ensure that individuals' money is safeguarded, but financial policies and laws, foreign payments are also greatly influenced by the FDIC. This validation could signal a sea change. Years of regulatory uncertainty have surrounded XRP, preventing it from reaching its full potential. Everything could be changed by this latest event. Should the FDIC's verification let Ripple run more freely with conventional banks and financial organizations, it would eliminate one of the main barriers to XRP's expansion. Ripple has always struggled, not just because of rivalry but also because there are no unambiguous rules on how cryptocurrencies should run inside the conventional financial system. Institutional investors who have largely shunned XRP due to regulatory issues might begin to see it as a more safe and stable investment. Should this take place, XRP might attract more capital, which would boost its price and broaden its application worldwide. But it's not only about XRP. The FDIC's approval could allow Ripple to strengthen its alliances with banks, payment processors, and other financial institutions hesitant to work with XRP due to regulatory issues. Given this degree of openness, Ripple could see a significant increase in the use of XRP as the preferred digital asset for cross-border payments owing to its technology. Essentially, this FDIC verification goes beyond a news release. It's a vital step forward in legitimizing XRP and making sure it has the regulatory support required to thrive in the cutthroat cryptocurrency sector. For investors in XRP, this might be the sort of announcement that hastens the expansion of the digital currency. The result could be a network effect whereby more and more financial institutions and companies start adopting XRP as safer and simpler to include into their operations growth since they can now depend on unambiguous regulatory rules, therefore driving it to attain new all-time highs. Particularly if you consider the likely short-term effects on the price of XRP, this FDIC certification could have a major impact. Might see a sudden rise in interest and demand. Many investors, especially those in the institutional sector, are hesitant to enter a market when they lack knowledge of the regulatory environment. The FDIC's participation could help to greatly lower the possibility of regulatory pushback against XRP, therefore promoting a favorable market response. Historically, news that clarifies regulatory ambiguity for a cryptocurrency tends to elicit instant favorable responses from the market surge in new investments. Similar statements have earlier triggered XRP price surges. XRP has seen significant market movements, for instance, when Ripple has progressed in its legal battles or when positive news on possible alliances has surfaced. While conventional banks look for ways to include cryptocurrency solutions into their payment systems, XRP is ideally suited to be that answer in the market. Should investors believe XRP is now officially on the road to more institutional adoption, a wave of capital might flow into the longer duration market as regulatory clarity grows. XRP might use this FDIC conference content to bolster its position in the world financial system. More alliances with banks and other financial institutions could help XRP to be used more often. In the actual world for cross-border payments, more institutions and businesses connected would help to validate long-term adoption by companies and retail investors as well. In a field where Ripple has already achieved significant milestones, the network could expand even quicker with this updated regulatory support. Incorporating XRP into their daily activities would help to clarify regulations and boost its relevance, hence making it an essential tool for companies seeking to cut the costs and time associated with international money transfers. This implies for investors the potential of long-term growth as Ripple's vision of a future with seamless cross-border payments might materialize sooner than expected. XRP is not just a speculative asset anymore. Beyond just being a cryptocurrency, it has the capacity to be a key component of the financial system, of the global flow of funds.